Hey everybody, it's Gail of Shypanther and Friends. Just want to talk to you a little bit, give you a little intro of tonight's video. It was pre-recorded August 13th, and our guest is Vincent Williams. He is president and CEO of Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council. So we spoke with him at length about supporting minority business owners and entrepreneurs. And instead of me like giving you paraphrase of what we talked about, I'll let you get into the video. And I will also post information on how you can reach out to him and become a certified minority business owner. And check out the video so you'll learn why it is important that you do that, why it's important to the growth of your business and your products and networking with your products. Okay, see you next week. Hopefully everything will go great with the technology, and have a great weekend. Bye. Welcome to Shypanther and Friends, and today is August 13th on a Thursday. The show normally airs on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you've never seen this show before, I'm your host, Gail, and our show, the mission of our show is to provide quality programming. And the goal is to uplift, to empower, to educate. So today we had a few technical difficulties, a lot rather, and we had difficulty getting on live. So this show is pre-recorded. All right. Now for Shypanther and Friends, you can reach out to us shypanthermedia at gmail, that's one word.com. And for our website is shypanthermediagroup.org. And if you want to donate to the show, I'll post that later how that can be done. Now tonight we have a really special guest with us, Vincent Williams. Welcome to Shypanther and Friends.
Thank you so much, Shypanther. Nice to be on in this medium, right?
Yeah.
this new way of communicating and practicing social distance.
Right.
Good to see you.
And with all of the things that are going on is a great thing that we can still get on the air and do something, and we're not just completely shut down because of social distancing. So
absolutely, yeah, this is something else. It's, I think for, as with teaching and educating and motivating entrepreneurs as a profession, understanding this way of pivoting is pretty critical. And so I love that you've embraced it, and this is how you're getting out to your audience and keeping it going.
Okay. Well, you said something when you said I embraced it, because initially I didn't. I was really, really petrified to do this. And I got myself together and I said, can't be afraid. Otherwise I'm going to be out of it completely. So I just had to do it. And I found that I really am enjoying it. So I want to talk to you a lot about what you're doing now. You're the president and CEO of Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council. And that's a pretty big deal, president and CEO. Plus, there's a lot going on there. What do you do exactly?
Yeah, no, thanks. So it's a pretty critical position, if you will, based here in Chicago, especially with all the civil unrest and things that we're experiencing because of the pandemic and because of what happened with some of the injustices with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and the others there. So essentially, my organization, Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council, was formed about 1968 when we were dealing with the aftermath of the Democratic National Convention at that time and all the civil unrest then. And what happened was a group of individuals. I'm sorry, I think there's someone at the door. No one should be here in my office at the door. But essentially what happened there is a group of business leaders, white business leaders, got together and said, hey, we need to help and uncover how we can get around these injustices that are happening, particularly for Black entrepreneurs and Black business owners, and then secondly for, minority businesses in general. And so they formed this group, which is how my organization was founded. And what we do today is we certify minority businesses. So I'm a third-party administrator that actually certifies and confirms that a business is 51% minority owned. And that's Black, Hispanic, Asian, Pacific Asian, and Native American. And what's great about that is that's inclusive of veteran-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, disabled businesses, as well as LGBT identified businesses. And so I'm more of like an umbrella organization, if you will, that focuses on connecting, developing, advocating, and certifying, minority businesses. And then what I do is I curate these connections for, let's say, Shypanther to work with the Walgreens, the major corporate buyers, if you will, the AbbVies, the Allstates of the world, to provide this type of content. And so it's really more important and critical right now because we're enabling these businesses now to get in front of a market that they may not have in the past.
Right. Yeah, because I was going to ask how it really works. So it kind of works exactly how I thought that it would, in that we could connect up to you and, meet a lot of people, and those very important networking contacts can really help to develop our business, or make us really. So, and before that, you were with the YWCA, and talk a little bit about that position.
Yeah, sure. My passion, my incredible project, of course, where I got to meet myself, Miss Trotter over there as well. So prior to this position, I was Vice President of Economic Empowerment for the YWCA Metropolitan Chicago. And what that big, long, fancy title just meant was that I focused on business and entrepreneurship services, but then worked with a team that focused on economic empowerment that included financial wellness and literacy training for the communities that we serve, in addition to identifying workforce development opportunities for that same community. And so when you couple those two with business and entrepreneurship, teaching my class called Master Plan, thinking of a master plan, I got nothing but sweat inside my hand. But also creating this business ecosystem, if you will, of organizations and thought leadership, and just ways that because being an entrepreneur is not easy. You either got people in your boat, or you got haters that's throwing stuff at the boat. and so what we hoped, and what I hoped to curate, was this way for us all to get together and share best practices, different ways, what some of our failures were, or opportunities, I should say, and then just keep that momentum going. And I think that resonated a lot, not just with the community, but a lot of the entrepreneurs that participated in the program, because it's just like this. Now we have others that we can talk with and communicate. Yeah. So it was really a godsend for my career path, if you will. 20 years in corporate America, being an entrepreneur myself, coming from a family of entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I did share with you guys, my family owned a roller rink in Roseland back in the late 70s. So I was that kid behind the counter spraying down the skates. And then my grandfather owned a gas station. And so, I got to experience that. What I say about all those is I think it prepared me now as an entrepreneur, but also now as a new president and CEO, because one of the things that I look to do is understand every aspect of this particular organization or a business, which I think translates very well to what entrepreneurs and anyone else out there who's looking to start a business should do. Just because you're great at making the world's best chocolate cake and selling that doesn't mean you shouldn't master marketing and master accounting and master, and other things to help take care of your business. That becomes this entire full gamut of what it is that you're doing. And I think that literally should translate across all lines, all industries, all professions, all entrepreneurial journeys, everything there. So both of them together were kind of a great stepping stone, if you will, to getting to this next level.
Okay. Now, why is it important for us to be certified as minority business owners?
Absolutely. So certification really is kind of like an extra step to making sure that if you are looking to get a government contract or a municipal contract working with the city, and then also working with these major buyer institutions that really look to track and measure their spend in what we've identified as being these disenfranchised, markets, communities, things there. It's the best way for you to diversify really what you do on a day-to-day basis. We look at it as there's always the business case for diversity, right? We want Blacks, Hispanics, Asians, Native Americans, women, LGBT to be included in the table or in the conversations. What certification does is really guarantee that you are working with one of these underrepresented or marginalized communities, but then you can take those numbers and report that up to your higher ups, if you will, to showcase truly the impact, the economic impact too, of what it is that you're doing.
Okay. Delisha or Aisha, either of you have questions for Vince? Let's see. Okay, Aisha went out.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Good
Hey,
evening.
Aisha.
I do, Vince. Actually, look, I've been calling you in my head every day. My question is, when will you be available so that we can get my application in?
I'm right now. So get off this. Yeah, no, absolutely. It'd be my honor to work with each of you to get each of you certified with the organization and take it from there. I have a team here that's been working out pretty good. I was explaining to Shypanther earlier the challenges of onboarding as a new president and CEO, and I ain't met nobody. Everything's virtual, so you can't see my background here, but I'm in the office, but I'm the only one in the office. And then it's here downtown Chicago, where literally I got to get out of here shortly because they let the bridges up. Nobody can come down here.
Okay.
So I got to somehow get back south. But yes, my team, I have a staff of 35 that's all about helping to get people certified with us. And so they'll walk you through the steps, hand hold you in cases. And then of course, you guys know you're my peeps. So I'm gonna help you out as well. I try not to get involved in the first part of the stages because essentially if an entrepreneur has been declined to get certified, I'm the actual governing body that makes the decision on if they can go forward or not. And you have to imagine there's a ton of fraud out there. Some companies like United Airlines may have $30 billion, right, set aside to just work with minority and women-owned businesses. Well, if that's the case, you're going to have someone who just wants a portion of that pie, and that's why you have fraud that's in there. And that's where my organization comes in to guarantee that and make sure that that particular entity is truly certified minority.
Okay.
Great. So I do have a question too. Let me see, am I on mute? Oh, okay. I have a question. So the photo booth has been put in a very unique situation here with this COVID-19, right? So we're just getting back to doing some events. We got a couple of events this weekend, had a couple last weekend, fine. But social distancing, the photo booth is everything that social distancing is not, right? So one of the things I'm looking to do with my certification is I want to be a part of the protocols moving forward as we go back into having events. What is that really going to look like? Like for now, let's say for now, if a wedding venue say we can only have 50 people, then we, the photos coming in, the DJs coming in, and whoever else you have there is a part of that capacity. So I want to be a part of, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking we might be shut down for at least another year. we want, you know, this is our year. I was keeping up with Aisha. I was like, we're making $100,000 this year too, 2020. This is our year, right? No. So I need to revamp what we're going to do, how we're going to work the photo booths. We're still open, but we do want more corporate events so we can just get in and get out. Get some contracts done for the year, do 10 for the year with United or whoever, and then we're done and we've hit our mark. But we want to be a part of the conversation and the scaling of how is this going to look when we do fully reopen for events. So that's one of the things I wanted to do with my certification, is to be a part of that operating procedure team who's going to help implement how this social distancing is going to work, especially for the photo booth, you know. So I don't know if there's anything like that or anything, if there's any teams put together that look at that, the dynamics of that, because it's going to have to be a slow phase in to get us back up to where we can go have expos and all those things that we love to do. I miss all of that. So that's what we're looking to do with our certification.
Yeah, this pandemic has been really, really, really challenging for a lot of businesses, and yours, I understand in particular because it was such a customer-centric focus. You truly needed to have the bodies there, if you will, to participate and take advantage of the services that it is you're using. I tell you, me walking to the office here now from the train, I'm seeing McDonald's close down. Like literally, they're taking equipment out here in downtown Chicago. And it's one of the most mind-blowing things in the world because I don't think I've ever seen a McDonald's close.
No.
No. But it just goes to show that a major organization just like that has had to adjust during this time because there's no one here in downtown Chicago to utilize and advantage of that service.
Yeah.
There's no foot traffic.
No.
And so whereas you had a McDonald's on literally every other corner, now the company, and I'm sure it's corporate owned, has had to make that decision of, I just physically can't. It's costing us more to be in business than it is for us to, to continue to provide these services and everything there. What I would say is I'd love for us to sit down, come up with some strategies and some new ways. And, remember, I always talk about the business plan, that one pager, but it's just like a resume. It's not set in stone. You just got to go through it again. Let's see if we can identify some new target customers, new audiences, something else that's there. Because maybe it's even disposable characters, all the things that you use, when people come to take, because you have to now factor all of this into really
So we don't share props anymore. They're all throwaways. If you come up and it's a new one, you can keep that one for you for the rest of the night. We're here for 2 hours. There's no sharing of props anymore. I'm looking into doing some other business ventures as well, some things that I wanted to do before to put under an umbrella. So now this is giving me an opportunity to start moving towards that a little bit more as well. So I'm totally for pivoting, but that's why we did the ad, the digital ad, because we still want to stay relevant, right? We want to scoop up anything that we can scoop up, but I won't be heartbroken if, you talk about the exit plan the first time I met you, I was like, we need an exit plan. Okay. So maybe 2020 is my exit plan. I don't know, but
well, I don't want that to happen. That's the last thing. But if there's the opportunity for you to acquired by someone else or sell it off strategically again, and then take those resources and put it into this new venture, because I know you got that entrepreneurial bug in you. You got another hustle. Just wait, which is always good. And that's usually what a lot of people are doing. It's what major corporations are doing now. I'm finding some organizations that are truly even getting into a whole nother field or diversifying like their products and services. I've got companies that literally only focus on technology that are now selling PPE equipment. You're like, what? But again, just trying to make sure that they can stay afloat and kind of keep things going there. This pandemic has been something else, but if you get through this if you can lead through this, if you can manage through this, even if you can just downsize to what your products or services and what you're offering. And I know that Aisha's doing that with Brown Sugar Balloons, just making things a little bit different. Curbside delivery, everything else. You like, look, I'm gonna put this photo booth in the back of my car and I'm just gonna drive by. Y'all can do everything you need to do and it's gonna keep on going, you know?
Right.
So now we got a mobile photo booth.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, you know, my crazy brain will come up with a million different
Yeah.
ideas. But this is what I'd love to sit down and see if we can come up with some new strategies, some new ideas, some innovative ways to, you know, keep you doing. We are going to get back to some type of normal, right? We just don't know what that looks like. We have to figure out a way to coexist. I've shared before how a lot of companies, particularly small businesses, are even thinking that they don't even want to touch cash anymore. Because
No.
it's, you know, it's dirty money and everything, and it's transferring, and the virus could be on that and everything there. So you have to, I mean, think of these companies that's all they rely on. Salons, everyone else like that.
Right. Well, for me, I'm trying to
Hey,
move
Miss MJ.
well into the next phase of what I'm doing, and I need to begin generating income. So I have to do a little bit more work, and I have to be more visible. And I will be able to do that in a couple of weeks because I'll be retired. So I'm really, really looking. I really need to sit down and um, to talk about what I need to do to move this to the next level because it's moving right along. And so I really didn't expect to be able to do as much as I have been because of the pandemic, but it seems I'm doing okay. So I think it's time. So I'm gonna have to. I was gonna ask, how do I, get started with you, to meet with you and or whomever I need to meet with to get it going.
Just give me, let's set it, let's get each on each other's calendar.
Okay.
Which is really what it's about. You know, I've got a ton of resources here that's still available. So even though I've changed titles, if you will, from being, you know, a VP over there and then director of the Small Business Development Center, I also have access to a lot more resources in this capacity. And so I have what's called a Minority Business Development Agency that focuses on capital, that focuses on marketing, that focuses on identifying ways for businesses to essentially now start importing and exporting with foreign countries. So we handle Africa, Latin America, as well as China. So it's just, again, I've like blown up, if you will, to take it now to this global level of how we can continue to help businesses, but particularly minority and Black businesses. Yeah.
Okay, I will
So,
do.
so I welcome that opportunity to make those introductions. The team here is great. We've had to pivot, you know, to this virtual setting now with a lot of the webinars and some of the things that we're doing. And so, you know, once we get back to this normal, I was on the governor's call the other day again, and we are going to go back to phase 1, y'all.
Oh man,
Yeah, these
that
numbers are
really.
going up. These numbers keep going up, and we gotta keep a curb of it. And I'm upset with it, but at the same time, I'm fine with being 6 feet above ground than being
Hello.
6 feet underground.
Okay.
Right? And so
Well,
I know it's an inconvenience for a lot, but again,
mhm.
particularly Blacks, we are resilient. We know how to get through this. We strong. It's just we got to make some concessions. You know, uh, we're experiencing a lot during this pandemic because a lot of people didn't factor in this in their budgets for the year.
Right,
You know,
right,
they in some cases where they can't even allow outdoor dining if it's a restaurant or something at all like that. And similar to what you all are experiencing, it's just not easy to pivot. Not that you couldn't do it. It's
right.
just not.
It's just not
Just
easy.
like flicking a switch or something like that and taking it from there. So all of those types of things I think are key factors in how we can all continue to keep this going. But then just, again, be intentional and strategic with it.
Okay. Marcella's joined us. So come on in, Marcella. Unmute yourself. You're muted. Can she? We can't hear you. Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, Vince, how are you? Hey, Delicia.
I'm doing good. What's going on, MJ?
Not much. I've been trying to log in for the last 10 minutes. I couldn't get in.
I think a lot of people are on the internet right now, Zooming. So it's
Yes,
Thursday. They trying to do the virtual happy hours and everything. So it's probably a little difficult.
I had to use my phone this time. So.
Okay. How you doing? Things good?
Things are well. Thank you.
The product's doing good.
Things are good for you.
You know, I told you, my angels looking out.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How's your product doing? What you got going?
A men's beard oil. I still want my
Really?
other. Yeah.
Okay. Will it turn it back black so I don't have to do
No, it's not that magical.
Oh, man.
But it'll do the job. Where do I need to send you a free bottle?
Look, I will never ask for nothing for free. I will support. You tell me where I can go buy it. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
TaylorBeesBeardOil.com.
Taylor, T-A-Y?
Yeah, Taylor.
TaylorBeesBeardOil.com. Done.
Exactly how it sounds. TaylorBeardOil.com. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you'll like it. I think you'll be proud of me.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And yeah, I am. I'm proud of each and every one of you all and everything you're doing. And I love just, again, keeping this type of conversation and narratives going on each of our successes and how we can scale with it. This is what it's about.
Great.
Nice.
Love it.
I don't know what Miss Aisha is doing over there, though. She putting balloons up and flowers.
Trying to get some ice cream.
I love it. Always something. She don't never sit down, does she?
No, she doesn't. So let me tell you something. So
What questions you have for me, Marcella?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're going to get you certified.
I don't even know. I was trying to put something together, but I was running late also. Then I couldn't get on. And I had to help take someone to airport. I was surprised I got back. I would have just phoned in. But because I've been trying to do some research on y'all.
Yeah, I was just sharing with the audience and with the ladies about certification and the importance of it. You know, one of the great things about it is if you do it when your business is starting out, then you don't have as many of the required forms like, you know, back tax returns, everything else there. You don't have to have years of those to kind of put up. So I recommend do it now, get it done. It's really simple. It's just some checklist items there, and you go before board. Once you got it, the recertifications is there, and it's all good. I'll share with you some of the things that I have experienced just in the short time that I've been here. Whereas an owner who was a minority passed away, but just in recertifying, we have found out that the new owners or the new, you know, senior management and everyone of the organization are not people of color, right? They're not a minority, if you will. Yet they're still trying to take advantage of this privilege. And again, that's one of the things that we have to stop, because it's almost like someone pretending that they're a person of color and they're really not, you know, right. Just so that I'm not sure why anyone would want to pretend, knowing how much I get stopped by the cops and everything, you know. But we know our Black is beautiful, right? Our color is beautiful, our style, everything there.
Right.
So you think about those.
Okay.
All right. Delicia, you were going to say something.
So I've been doing a little bit of research on not really an ice cream truck, but it's an ice cream truck concept, but it has cocktails. right? So what I found out was that in order for it to be licensed in Chicago for that, it has to be by an already established location. So like Francis Cocktail Lounge, for instance, right? Because that's who I thought about was Jada. They would have to own that. They would have to supply the employee to go out and work it or whatever. But I said, well, how would I be an investor in that? Would I bring that idea to Jada?
I think it's brilliant.
What would that look like?
Essentially what you're doing and kind of where there's a fuzzy area, if you will, is they want someone that has an existing liquor license, not someone new. And so that's why they want it to be an existing establishment. They also want one of their employees because they also are certified bartender and know about, the rules and the regulations there. But essentially what you're doing then is you're kind of promoting or drinking and driving because you're mobile. And so if it's stationed someplace and people are coming up to you, then it's not really there. So that's why I said it's just kind of a fuzzy.
Right. So what I was thinking was like, we would do more of like, because the parks are back open, but you can't serve alcohol in the park, but you could park on Hayes.
Exactly.
Like a food truck.
Yeah. And, some of the talks that I have with community organizations like South Shore, Bronzeville, and the others is that we are going to look into creating these virtual or not virtual, like social distancing art walks and gatherings that will feature food trucks. And of course, they would love to have a cocktail truck that you can also do a photo, like that. So I think, the idea is phenomenal. It's just working out the logistics on how that would exist here in Chicago because, everybody got to have their hands in your pocket. Everybody want a little cut of that,
I know.
But I love the idea, especially if you can come up with an original package that's maybe, that won't spill, that you can put, if it's a mixed cocktail, like, I don't know, a strawberry daiquiri or something like that.
Right.
It would be in this package then that they could take outside, but also, it's biodegradable, and things like that. So it's not like just going to be another thing that's going to be sitting out there for 100 years, or so. There could be some really great ways for you to even fund that from different avenues, different revenue streams, because again, as companies are looking to pivot, Solo Cup didn't think maybe I can repurpose my cups now, make them flat, make them a little bit easier, make sure they have a top on them, and now they can do applications like that.
Because what I was thinking was, because I had looked up some, there's I think it's a 4-tunnel, like a slushy machine. And that will be already pre-made, already going. It's the ices. And once we're done, right? For however many drinks we go out for.
You're going to have to make some more. Come on now. People go have a backup there.
Outside of the truck. So it would already be going, and they really wouldn't be mixing no alcohol on there, not mixing up any cocktails. It's already be a slushy, already ready to go in your 3 or 4 flavors.
I remember there was a place like that was, I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but I've seen them like in Vegas.
Yeah, like Fat Tuesday type of thing. You
have a whole list of, what was it, Fat Tuesdays?
Yeah, I know that's one place, Fat
Something
Tuesday.
Like that,
different
all the different slushies, and you could put pina colada and mix it with a Bahama Mama or or something all like that. I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's a great idea. You should still always have the actual liquor on the side just to kick, because that's more money. It's all about building that up now. Let me top this off with some Turbo 1800s and 151. COVID ain't nothing, man. I need to come down from But I would almost say too, partnering with some of these other food trucks. Like if you know where Harold's is going to be, wouldn't somebody love, or a jerk chicken truck, wouldn't somebody love to be able to grab a cocktail right next to that? So now you're complementing one another. And then you're making sure that you're going to have this captive audience and everything. And then people actually end up searching out for you. Where they at? Where they at? You know, we got to go check them out. So I love it. And then you got balloons all on it, and sell some beard oil. And then Shypanther could be broadcasted. See?
There you go. There you go. That's it.
Okay, so for people who are going to watch this and want to know how they can get in contact with you and they can find out more information about being certified, how can they do that?
Yeah, sure. So you can reach out to me via our website, www.chicagomsdc.org.
Okay.
Again, that's www.chicagomsdc, that stands for Minority Supplier Development Council, msdc.org. And from there, you can send me a message, reach out to part of my team, ask some questions there. I have some frequently asked questions there. I'm available on LinkedIn. I also have my, my personal Twitter account @BizByVince, where I try and share a lot of information and resources that I receive. There's actually a Southside pitch contest that's coming up. I challenge each of you to participate in it. I think it's $250, but again, you get to practice. $250 that you win, but you get to practice your particular business ideas. Delisha, I think you could end up pitching that whole thing and get counseling, get stuff going on there, you know. Same thing for you, MJ, with the beard oils. Just again, this is free marketing and ways to get it out there. But this particular program enables most businesses or businesses on the South Side that are usually kind of left out of some of the things they do in the central business district to kind of come together and take advantage of getting in front of angel investors and things like that.
Okay. When is the pitch competition?
I think it's the end of August. But if you just Google Southside pitch, the entire forms to apply, jump on, they're all there.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will definitely post all of this information and post the video, of course. Anybody else have any questions? Because Vince does have to get out of downtown some kind of way.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here before they lock me in. I think I can go towards Lakeshore Drive, and come back around.
Okay.
I don't know.
I do have a question.
I wish you had that truck right now, though, because I definitely pull up next to that. But ladies, this was phenomenal. This was so good to see you all again. I'm always about energy, so I'm sorry that I can't feel your energy through through this virtual setting. But please know, you guys, you know how to get in touch with me. I'm always here. If there's some resources I can get for you, I love all of these ideas. I'm still continuing to mentor. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can continue to teach. And I'm looking at new ways of doing this virtually, as well as back into the classroom or whatever that new normal looks like, because you guys know I love that. That's my world.
Right.
Right.
I was wondering about.
I do have one question, because I came in the tail end in regards to the MSDC. Where are they in as far as, what my original product wanted to be? I still want to go forward with that. But what are they? How are they managing, or do they manage or do anything when it still comes to CBD and marijuana?
Yes.
So federal concern.
That's one of the great things about this organization is I'm not restricted anymore.
Okay.
Whereas before, when I was with the other organization, and I just won't say the name, just so, for liability reasons. You can Google and figure it out, but I won't say it. Yeah, I can work with it all. And then one of the first things that I'm initiating here is I'm uncovering ways for me to certify cannabis businesses. So you don't have to worry about this, and you'll be actually certified, and then you can take advantage of all of the resources that's going to be available for that. And so I'm looking to work with the city and the state and make sure that that's all done. But that's going to be a game changer.
And we're ready for that one too. I'm already laughing. We got our Instagram. I found a distributor. I found 2 distributors because I'm doing hemp. So good question, Marcella. Good question.
I love it.
I'm still on board with that. So I'm sure Belisha is still reaching out to you, right?
She is. Yeah. She's on it.
I know. I'm still part of Scene. So
is that right? She's got going. Okay. I love it. Miss Aisha, did you get your ice cream?
I did. I dropped out of it, but it's okay.
It's all good.
But I'm going to launch my online youth entrepreneur academy because I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get back to the regular normal, but this is our new normal for now. So instead of me trying to fundraise and do all these other things that I was preparing for a brick and mortar or a school location, let me just launch it live. And so I'm going to do that at the end of the month. And so I'm trying to figure that out. The operation is the part of the Youth Entrepreneur Academy being live.
Yeah, let's wrap on that. Again, I can take that same business plan template that each of you should have, that you should have posted on your bathroom mirror, posted on your phone, everything there. As you think of these ideas, it's just a matter of taking that, uncovering each of those. Don't necessarily have that exit strategy ready yet, but you can just say, hey, who's actually going to be my target audience? Are there any competitors that are out there right now? What does this rate look like? Because, some people do learn by truly being physically there. And so now you have to think they have to learn virtually. And whereas before you can tell them or show them how they could stretch out a balloon, which is going to allow this to get air into it that much quicker, or, whatever the tricks of the trade are, it's not.
I don't mean to cut you off because, but the Youth Entrepreneur Academy is going to be just entrepreneurship in general, but the youth. I've been fortunate enough to have some in-person workshops with the women. I've had 25 women in my workshop last month. That was 2 days. And so we did the whole social distancing thing. And I have one coming up next week. I have 2 next week. Thank you. So I'm trying to figure out, because with the youth, it's going to be all things entrepreneur, because I know that all of them aren't going to know how to do balloons. And so it's to take whatever it is that they will do for free, but we're going to get paid for it, and turn it into a business and create a business plan.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. I love it. Well, however I can help, resource-wise, if I can get you some curriculum or anything at all there, that we use, you're welcome to use that one-page business plan. We're helping the kids with that. I'll come in as a guest speaker. Anything you need.
Awesome.
Support.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
That's wonderful.
You're welcome.
That's wonderful.
You're on mute, Miss Gail.
All right. Okay. We're gonna wrap this up for tonight. I was completely thrown off, and so it kind of ruined it for me. A good portion of it.
You got this. No one would know.
I was so excited, and I had all these things planned, and sometimes just that's how it goes. But thank you guys for joining me, and next week I have another really great show planned, and tonight's show is sponsored by Taylor B's Beard Oil. So
very good.
For the show, Shypanther and Friends definitely appreciates it, and I will post how others can donate to the show. Thank you, and good night.
You're welcome.
Good night, y'all. Be safe.
Good night. I'll be in touch, Vince. You too.
All right.
Alicia. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.